Hey everybody, this is Bill Campbell at Forma. I'm just going to take you through a quick walkthrough of what is this Rooted in Jesus conference. So if you've gone to the Rooted in Jesus website, which I'm going to the main page right now, you'll see here that what we're really doing is we're gathering together lots of different organizations that are known for gathering people annually or doing more small group stuff. And so what we're trying to do is one big gathering that brings us all together for one large conversation. Yes, this is very different. Yes, it's strange. And no, we probably won't do this every year. Um, what we wanted to do was for once to bring everyone together to have one conversation around discipleship and all the different ministry aspects that encompass discipleship. So you'll see here where we have our description, some of our featured speakers on the website, and then places where you can register, book your hotel room, and then you'll find also here the schedule. I'm going to click on the schedule now to walk you through how this might work. The first thing you see on the schedule are descriptions of all the different tracks, right? So we have formation, mission, evangelism, stewardship, preaching, leadership, communications, and then Tri-Tank will also be doing a series of workshops looking at experimentation in the church. If you click down here, you'll see pre-conference details. The Forma and ECF pre-conference, many of the details are there. We're currently accepting workshop submissions for this, so those workshop details are not available yet. But a lot of our information is available, including these deep dives, the You Are Loved LGBTQ, dismantling racism, youth curriculum training, and then a leadership for formation practitioners with Melissa Rao, Lisa Kimball, and Julie Lytle. All of these are going to be excellent opportunities, and then there will be more opportunities at the pre-conference as well, including you see here that on Wednesday we have an hour-and-a-half long Forma annual meeting. You'll see here that there is information coming about the Evangelism Matters pre-conference, the Episcopal Preaching Foundation pre-conference, the Asset-Based Community Development with Missional Voices and Episcopal Relief and Development pre-conference, and then Forward Movements Discipleship Intensive. Getting to the meat of the conference, we will really begin the Rooted in Jesus main conference at 1:30 on Wednesday afternoon with a welcoming session and William Barber Jr. Reverend William Barber II. I keep referring to him as William Barber Jr., and that's his father. He is the second. And then after that, we're going to bring out the presiding bishop, and Reverend Barber and the presiding bishop are friends, and they're going to have a conversation. There might be some special guests that show up as well, but a conversation on leadership and prophetic witness in the 21st century. You'll see here then we have a dinner period, and then we have the Atlanta Revival, which is the Revive ATL Love and Action Revival, and that's going to be Bishop Rob Wright, the presiding bishop. I understand that you'll see a lot of Atlanta famous people. One thing for us to note is that this is Martin Luther King week in Atlanta. So Martin Luther King Day is on Monday, and then we'll be in Atlanta that Tuesday through Friday following. And Atlanta doesn't just have a day celebration of Martin Luther King; it really is the whole week. So we're kind of situating our conference in the midst of that, and having conversations that certainly at the beginning and throughout that will pay homage and keep that idea in reverence. Then we get to what we would call kind of the more normalized portion of the conference. And you'll see here each one of the tracks is represented in the blocks that we're going to have for workshops. And if you notice, each one of these blocks is window paned so that there's 4 pieces. So what this means is that at any one of these time periods, there will be about 4 offerings from each track going on at the same time. Imagine, if you would, a festival-style schedule. So when you arrive, you'll see this schedule. This will be available, but there'll also be a different schedule that talks about what's going on at each room and on which stages. So that tells you that at 9 o'clock on Thursday, these are the 4 formation things happening, and these are where they're happening, and this is who's doing it. And at the same time, that's happening, Mission Scout stuff and evangelism and stewardship and preaching and leadership and comms and Tri-Tank, they're all gathering, and they've got their offerings going on all at the same time. So you have the opportunity here to do a just stay in formation or just stay in leadership or stay in stewardship for the entirety of the conference. And you would, if you want to do that, if you want to just focus on one track, you'll have at least four, or rather about four, opportunities to choose among stewardship or evangelism. At least about four opportunities at each time slot to choose. If you want to bounce around, well, then you've got a myriad of options here available to you. And so you see, we have a generous lunch break here, and then we have a dinner, and then our after dark activities with Compline involved. And then we'll see here our closing day. We'll have a couple of workshop sessions. And over here it says Tri-Tank, but that's actually going to be Lisa Kimball doing some sessions on the work that she's been doing with VTS over the past couple of years. So we're all really excited for her to share her findings from the field. And then we will end with our closing Eucharist at All Saints Episcopal Church. That's basically the structure of the conference. There's going to be lots of opportunities to mix and to mingle and to kind of bring all of these people who normally, we normally bring people together and we're pretty focused on one ministry vertical, is how I describe it. Here we're trying to bring people together who are focused on, who have different focus, who maybe they're mission-minded folks or evangelism-minded folks, and we're bringing them together with all these others to try to create that sort of the opportunity for people to bump into one another and to network and to reach across and beyond our normal way of thinking about discipleship and have conversations and interactivity that would help us break open what discipleship in the church looks like. How are all of these things related to discipleship? That's the direction that we're going with this conference. We're really excited with how these things are forming up. I've got to hand it to the leadership track and to the evangelism track and many of these others really already having what they want to offer pretty much nailed down. Some of the rest of us are still figuring that out. But the good news is that we're going to have a diverse slate of speakers. We're going to have excellent opportunities for you to continue your education, dive deep if you want to, but there will also be that great 101 level stuff that people need to get started in ministry. This is an opportunity for ministry teams to come as well. So if you look at this schedule, basically, you could bring an entire ministry team and have everyone focus or popcorn around and then come back together in the evenings and think about what you're hearing and what you're experiencing. There's a lot of time in this schedule, both built into our breaks and our lunch periods, but also there are plenty of opportunities to just go. If you want to go to a workshop that is a processing workshop, there'll be plenty of opportunities to come together and talk or not talk as people need to help process and think through what you're experiencing, what you're hearing, what you're learning. And then these evening sessions, especially Thursday evening, these are going to be opportunities for you to respond creatively, to take part in something fun, and to meet other folks who are interested in some of the same things that you are. I really hope that you will join us, that you'll register today. You can find it right here, registration, and then that you'll book your room in our room block. And if you're at all interested in having an exhibit table or being a sponsor for me, that information is here as well. Sponsor of Rooted in Jesus, I should say. And again, thank you so much.